episode of the Fireosophy. Going to be doing these as live videos from my car, as you can see on my work breaks. I wanted to start doing these again because I used to do them all the time, and I haven't really been creating much content. Just been creating tons of music. Um, but I was going to talk about kind of give an update, or like a recap of the last year, 2024, since it's the new year. On my Facebook and stuff, I did a top 9 Fire from Heaven albums of the year, like my top list of my favorite albums that I released last year, because I released 9 different albums. So I figured everyone needs a recap if I'm releasing that much music. And sorry I sound congested, I got a cold. But so I did that list. Um, I don't remember what order I did them in right now, but let's see if I can remember all of the albums. I'll try to remember them in the order that I released them. Let's see. There was the release of Dark Realm at the beginning of last year. I'm pretty sure I released it during this year, or last year. Confusing now. That I released exclusively for the Patreon members, and it's not on streaming platforms or anything. It's just on Bandcamp or my shop. You can get the CD if you if you pay more of a higher price, because it's mainly exclusive for Patreon and all the fan club members. But that was the first one. There's a few singles released from it. Then let's see. I released When Legends Rise, which was like my first instrumental album since Symphony of Creation, which was like a kind of, it was my attempt at doing instrumental shred. So yeah, my attempt at it. It wasn't like, you know, what are some of the big ones like Steve Vai or Joe Satriani or Buckethead, but they were definitely influences for that album. And then I just added my twist. Let's see. Then there was, gosh, well, which one did I do next? I think This Is Gonna Hurt, which was more of like an EP. I kind of released as an album and included in my album list, which was just like I think it was like a 4 or 5 track EP, then with the instrumental versions. So there was that release. If you're just joining in now, I'm just talking about like sort of like a recap for the last year of all the releases that came out. I don't know, just for fun, and I'm trying to bring back this live video series talking about my music and stuff and the ideas behind it. That's why I call it the Fireosophy. So I thought I'd start with a recap, sort of, and maybe like an update. I only got a few more minutes. Let's try to remember these. Let's see. This Is Gonna Hurt. Then there was Worthy of Remembrance. Then The Fellowship of the Rift. One Rift to Rule Them All. The Rift Towers. The Return of the Rift. And then The Hellstormer. So that's all 9 of them. So, released 9 different albums last year. So if you haven't heard some of those, go and check them out. You can check out all of them except for Dark Realm on Spotify or whatever you use for streaming. If you don't follow me on Bandcamp, I have some new releases there that I kind of release ahead of time for I don't know, just for fan club members there, but I also release it publicly to anyone following my Bandcamp. And I guess, well, we got a few more minutes, but quick update, like what I'm doing now, or what I plan to do this year a little bit. I plan to release like an extended version of the Hellstormer album, with more vocal features and stuff like that, more music. And I'm currently working on something I'm just kind of doing for fun right now, because basically before I got into heavy metal, I was listening to like kind of like classic rock stuff, and then kind of more like a modern rock. But my parents listened to a lot of like classic rock and stuff like that, so I grew up kind of just always hearing that stuff in the background sometimes. And they had a bunch of CDs and stuff that I would check out. But there's kind of a bit of a classic rock roots um, in my origin story or whatever. So I've been kind of combining more of like a old style rocky metal sound with a more modern metal sound. I've released one song that's like that you can listen to on Bandcamp. It's called Something to Say. Um, but that's just kind of something I'm doing to experiment and have fun with. And then I'm starting a new um, series of songs or like an album that's about a book that I'm working on. But I'm out of time and I gotta go. So I will join you all later. I saw some of you commented. I'm in Nebraska. So yeah, middle of nowhere. There's snow and it's cold. So yeah. Thanks for joining me. Sorry I gotta end so quickly, but I gotta get back to work. See you later. Stay metal.